Now we discuss the last section of this chapter, which is chance or probability. Chance or probability. We know around us, in the environment, in the society, in the locality, there are a number of activities going on. Number of activities. Children go and study in a school. People working in a factory. Students or children playing in a playground. Women working in the house, especially in the kitchen, and do also some other works. Government officers and staff working in the office. So we can see number of activities going on. And these activities will have certain results. For each activity will have its own result. Students studying in the school, they get knowledge from the school. They undergo examinations and they get marks, result. Marks. Children playing in the ground. If it is cricket, then the teams will get runs. The players will get their own runs. Some players will get wickets. So every activity will have a result. We call this activity as experiments. Experiments. Because this activity will have a result, and we know every experiment will have a result, and therefore can be considered as an experiment. And the results of this experiment are called outcomes. Results. And now consider the experiment of tossing a coin. Students playing with a coin, tossing and watching the result. In the tossing of a coin, there are two possible outcomes. Either the face representing head turning upwards or the face turning tail turning upwards. We exclude the possibility of the coin standing on its edge. It is not possible. So we usually avoid that possibility, and therefore we say only two outcomes, two results, head turning upwards or tail turning upwards. Similarly, in the case of throwing a die is a cube, six-faced solid. The faces are of same area, and the six faces are usually assumed to be numbered from 1 to 6, 1, 2, 3, etc. 6. And then if we throw the die, the result can be either 1 turning upwards or 2 turning upwards, etc. 6 turning upwards. There are 6 results, 6 outcomes. So for the tossing a coin, 2 outcomes, and throwing this die, 6 outcomes. And also, usually we assume a coin is an unbiased coin. The faces are of equal chance to be okay. No biasness for any face. Then, in that case, If the outcomes are of equal chance, then the outcomes are said to be equally likely. Equally likely. Equally likely. Equal chance of being okay. So, in the case of tossing a coin, we assume the outcomes, head or tail, are equally likely. Similarly, the die assumed to be unbiased, equal chances for the faces to be okay, so the results, outcomes, equally likely. And again, can we predict in the tossing of a coin, in a particular tossing, the head will appear? Definitely in this toss, head will appear, or tail will appear. Is it possible? No. We cannot predict the outcome in a particular tossing of a coin. We cannot predict the outcome. Then such experiments are called random experiments. Random experiment. We cannot predict the outcome. Can be either head or can be tail in the case of tossing a coin. In the case of a die, either one can occur or two can occur or three or four or five. We cannot predict in advance. Random experiments. Now we consider in all our discussions random experiments with equally likely outcomes, results. And now consider in an experiment the total outcomes, the total cases of outcomes. In the case of tossing a coin, the outcomes are head and tail, usually denoted by H and T. H means the result is head turning upwards, and T means the result is tail turning upwards. With the single letter, we note the outcome. In the case of throwing a die, the outcomes are either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 outcomes. Then a sub-collection of this total outcomes is called an event. Is called an event. Sub-collection of the total collection of outcomes. Therefore, if we consider this one as a sub-collection, one alone is a sub-collection, then 1 is an event, 2 is an event, 3, 4, 5, 6, that is the individual outcomes are events. And again, if we consider 1 and 2 as sub-collection, then it is an event. So E, suppose, usually this event is denoted by E. E equal to this sub-collection 1 to 2, then it is an event. 1, 2, 3, it's an event. 1, 3, 5, suppose another event, say E1 is equal to 1, 3, 5, it's an event. This event can again be termed as getting an even number, an odd number. Odd number. Throwing a die, even 1, 2, 3 means in throwing a die, even is the event of getting an odd number. If E2 is equal to, then 2, 4, 6, then E2 is event of getting an even number. If E3 is equal to, say 4, 5, then it can be again termed as E3 is event of getting a number which is greater than 3. greater than 3, then 5 and 6. So, in that fashion, we can have these events. And now, the next question is it possible to have a numerical value as a measurement for this chance of occurring an event? Chance of occurring an event. This chance is known as the probability. The probability of occurring an event. Consider the tossing of a coin. We assume the experimental random, equally likely events outcomes, then the coin is unbiased. So in a single toss, the chance of occurring head or tail, same, equal chance, 50-50 chance. And therefore we can say half chance to head and half chance to tail. And this half can be taken as a measurement. This half. Half is denoted by 1/2 or 0.5 is taken as a measurement for the chance or the probability of getting that either head or face. So that probability is usually denoted by the symbol is P, which is PH. P for probability and H for head turning upwards. And this probability of head turning upwards is half 1/2. Similarly, probability of tail turning upwards is 1/2. Similarly, consider the throwing of a die. Outcomes equally likely. 6 outcomes. So the chance of occurring a face is 1/6 of the total. It is 1/6 chance to occur phase 1, 1/6 chance to occur phase 2, and so on. And hence the probability of getting 1 is equal to 1/6, probability of getting 2 is equal to 1/6, probability of getting 3 is equal to 1/6, etc. So on. Probability of 6 getting 6 is also 1/6. And now consider E1, 1, 3, 5. Here 3 outcomes. For this 1 probability 1/6, for 3 1/6, 5 1/6, and therefore to get 1, 3 or 5 for the 6 phases, 3 phases, half these phases in E1, and therefore the chance is 3/6 or 1/2. So probability of here, this probability of E1 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 3/6, which is equal to 1/2. Similarly for E2, probability of E2 is equal to 3/6 is equal to 1/2. So in that fashion, we can have measurements, numerical values to this chance or probability. We can have more examples when we discuss the exercise. Okay?